Chapter 3 Prophetic Accuracy, Jealousy, and Political Turmoil by Jeremiah Johnson. Prophetic Accuracy. As I prayed into 2020, I was immediately directed to 1 Corinthians 14:25, which says that the secrets of their hearts were exposed, and they will fall down to worship God, exclaiming, "God is really among us." Throughout 2020, there will be a realm of prophetic accuracy that the body of Christ has not felt in recent years. Large portions of the charismatic church have become so accustomed to vague fortune cookie and generalized prophecy that rarely comes to pass, that when accurate and specific prophecy comes forth, they reject it, on the basis of needing to test all things, when the only thing that needs testing is their own heart, who now despises prophecy. It's so true. There are thousands of saints who have followed prophets for many years in the past, who were just plain off. Their prophecies could be applied to just about anything. But then when they tried to get specific, they totally missed it. I've got news for the charismatic church. We are entering into a new era, prophetically in 2020, where true and authentic prophets of God are going to rise, who will hit the bullseye again and again. They will prophesy accurately and specifically concerning politics, media, and the future of the church. It's called revelatory prophecy, not the spontaneous kind that most are used to, that is borderline psychic palm reading. Many that once followed prophets, and even those who flowed in prophecy years ago, will accuse these emerging prophets of being arrogant, when really, these voices are simply competent that they actually hear the voice of God, and they don't need to prophesy for money or fame. If God said it, that settles it. Authentic prophets do not take palls or waste time arguing with internet trolls. It's going to be incredible to watch what God does with prophetic accuracy in 2020. A spirit of jealousy. The next thing that God brought before me, as I sought Him concerning what was going to happen in the body of Christ in 2020, was a major spirit of jealousy being stirred up among leaders and people. James 3:14-16 says, "But if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast about it or deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come down from heaven, but is earthly, unspiritual, and demonic. For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you find disorder and every evil practice." Jealousy is a very powerful and deceptive sin. It will cause you to believe that everyone who has more success and influence than you do is filled with pride and arrogance. The truth is that their outward promotion is just revealing our inward commotion. Remember, insecure people always interpret the victories of others as an indictment on their failures. Their defense mechanism will be to attack and criticize the very people who are modeling for them where God is calling them. It's sick and twisted. Hiding deep behind the accusation of a jealous heart towards someone is really anger and resentment that they aren't them. We want their influence, we want their success, and we will deny it vehemently. Jealousy oftentimes manifests as fear or resentment of another's success, speaking against the person, going on a vendetta to hurt their credibility, keeping them from being admired, or actually engaging in a conspiracy to kill their public image. Jealousy oftentimes diverts us from receiving solid truth merely because we have an issue with the person who states it. Political turmoil. In my new book, Trump and the Future of America, I share a detailed series of revelatory dreams and visions concerning the political climate in the U.S., as well as what God is saying to the church in this hour. Going into the 2020 election, there will be great turmoil and upheaval in the news concerning the presidency. In a recent dream, I saw Donald Trump running in a huge marathon. He was being spit on by the crowds on all sides as he ran down the finish line. About 100 feet from the finish, he collapsed, and everyone started to cheer. Two old women, with visible limitations because of their age, somehow got Donald Trump up on his feet and dragged him across the finish line just in time. Waking up from the dream, I felt an intense burden that if the intercessors, the two old women, do not rise and come to the aid of Donald Trump, he will be in serious trouble in 2020 concerning the elections. While the crowds will jeer and shout at him, he is in desperate need of the church to assist him in finishing the race God has set before him. Look for prophetic accuracy and the timing of prophetic fulfillment to greatly increase in 2020. What will be prophesied will take mere days and weeks to be fulfilled in the news and in people's lives. We must also be on guard against jealousy. It will manifest both personally and in attacks against us. We must be reminded that it is demonic and needs to be exposed in our lives. It is the hidden sin that many do not want to talk about. Finally, let us keep President Donald Trump in great prayer and fasting in 2020. The political turmoil will only increase in the U.S., and the intercessors must assist him in completing the assignment God has given him for the nation.